This was a farm where I used to come and buy my fish. So it's gone now. It's all shuttered, gated. My memory of Lim Chu Kang dates back to the 70s or the late 60s. In the morning after my breakfast, I'll just jump onto my bike and I'll cycle to this region. When I was just gallivanting all over the agricultural farmlands, the goat farms, the chicken farms. After several visits, they will know you. They're acquainted with you. So that's the kampong spirit. The spirit permeates this region.
So this Lim Chu Kang Old Road is the major road and it branches out to many other smaller lanes. They have many types of farms here. They have tropical fish, they have the bean sprout, they have vegetable farms here, and then the goat farm where they can actually feed the goat. It is the last frontier for the countryside.
Hello guys, good morning. Yeah, so today is the last day that we are going to open to the public for a big community event. There's going to be a lot of people. There should be approximately about 150 to 200 people. So we are the only licensed frog breeding farm in Singapore. My father started the business in 1970s. That was the same time where the government decided to eradicate pig farming. So he then took the opportunity to bring in these American bullfrogs from Malaysia and then started the business along Old Jurong Road. He wanted to bring frogs in. It was very much supported by the government. So he then registered the business in 1981 to formalize it as Jurong Frog Farm. On his own, he was able to breed them and then sell them and return them out, to the restaurants and to the market. We were on Old Jurong Road for at least about 15 years before we have to move out because government wanted to take back the land in Old Jurong Road for redevelopment. So we actually shifted here end of 1993. So on 28th of February 2023, that will be the last day that we will be here. This is the day that we already know that will come. It's really a matter of when.
政府宣布，林厝港西部62家农场在租约满后呢，必须搬迁，让位给军训用途。
The area that is affected actually is quite big. It's from Lim Chu Kang Lane 1 to Lane 9, and also Neo Teo Road and part of Neo Teo Crescent. The first batch of farmers actually left us July 2022. Then the second batch will be leaving end of February 28. And the last batch will be end of the year, December 2023.
Thanks for making time early this morning to come join us in our farewell event. Yeah, the farm started actually way back in 1981. So it's been quite a long time. So all this while, something never changed, is the kind of frogs we have. Yeah, these are called the American bullfrogs. Yeah. So when we first came here, all this was grassland. That was how we started. Yeah, and it took my dad about 3 to 4 years, kind of clear out all this area, pave it with concrete. The reason why he paved the whole area with concrete, make a guess why. When you think of frogs and you think of grass, who will come? Snake. Very good. Do we want the snakes to be here? No. We don't want. So when my father started, it was really more the RC groups, the residential committees, community center, community clubs. So when they come in, they just want to buy the fresh meat. I think by 1996, there was a letter from STB saying how they wanted to support us to turn this into a visitors-friendly venue. And then you also started getting queries from schools. Yeah.
这个方舟的话，可以教育很多人呐。都到了今天没有的话，我真的是感到很可惜。
So we've been here for the last 28 years. It's a very long time. We appreciate that we had the opportunity, to settle and lay our roots and grounds and whatever things we want to do in close to 3 decades of time. So my dad has been toiling in this industry for the last 4 decades. So a round of applause for him, please.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. 这种是天意了，已经到了最后的这一，没办法，政府说这个要给国防用，我们要跟随他呢。我的心动，我能做什么？不可以反抗，也不可以什么，我不能够做什么。
So normally for farm lease, we are actually given 20 years. Then at the end of 20 years, it depends whether the states really need to redevelop this place for other use. In the past, the allocation for farmlands is 1% of the land area of Singapore, but now it's further reduced down to only 0.5% of Singapore land area. It's basically, we need to go high-tech, we need to be land efficient, but that will all be added to the cost. The capital investment is too big. The farmers, they are quite worried that they might not recover.
Okay, now we are going to bring the goats out. So these are one of the last few tours that are going on this side as we need to ship out of here by 28th of February. In Singapore, they come to this part of Lim Chu Kang to have a more kampong feeling, to let the children, especially of this generation, to let them know what Singapore was like before all the high-rise buildings come up. The farms here offer children a place where they can interact with animals, let them see how are they reared, how animals are being kept in the agricultural context.
So all these birds we call mountain goat. Yeah, parents are all from Minnesota in America. Okay, what you want from the goat? For hair, for skin, for meat, for? Yeah, ours is for milk.
We started with a very small herd, about less than 60 goats at our old site at Punggol. Then when the whole project was deemed feasible, we was given opportunity to tender for this site in Lim Chu Kang, and we imported another 100 goats from US again, and we started what we have here.
For the first 5 years, the struggle was very bad. Nobody knew what is goat and what is goat milk. At the time, goat milk was very difficult to sell. That's a very big problem. So we tried to be educational, bringing the RC people, the school children to visit the farm, give them know the benefit of goat milk. From there, we start to educate. Slowly, we managed to pick up the sales of goat milk. 2014, we noticed that the government is taking back this land. I was quite shocked because where will we shift? Do we have land to shift? Where the animal go to? Nobody knows. Everybody is angry. The thing is that we cannot take anger because the land is not ours. The land belongs to government. Whether to give you or not, it's up to them. How angry you are, no use. So I had to clear everything away. So that's it. No more kampong already.
This is 这样的钢控最美了，刚刚长度啊。我们这里都是有机的耕种法，我们不用农药，不用化肥，我们肥料都是我们自己做的。
So this is the greens that we harvest every day, and they will be collected here in the farm, and we'll bring them to the warehouse where we have our imported vegetables, and then we will pack and sort everything all together.
之前在农场在木兰farm那边，那边呢都是做了11年，到19年就没有得签，就是你们要结束要搬迁。
We were the first few batches of farms that were asked to leave because the land lease has ended, and then we have to hand it over back to the military for military purpose.
那块地有2个hectare多一点点，可以做compost，做什么做肥料这些，还把那个土壤改进。 这里应该是比以前的地方少了95%，把这里有瓜类、豆类这些我们都要放弃。我没有地方种了，尽量拿地方来跟着市场走向。我需要一些面啊、白色这些东西，番薯叶啊、番薯叶苗这些。
So we have to look at other options like overseas to grow our vegetables, where they have more space, more land, better climate to grow our vegetables the organic way.
By 2017, we knew that was going to be somewhat the last of our farm, but we put in an appeal, and because of COVID, the government gave us another extension until February 2023. In the last couple of years, it has really been about sussing out places that we can go to, but it was quite unfortunate that we couldn't find the right environment. With all the experiences in that last many years, I think it has tired us out mentally, and physically as well. It's taken a toll on my dad. I can see that in him, the growing hairs in the last years. And also in the last few months, he really started smiling. And that was actually very hard to watch. So we are 17 days away from D-Day. Most of the equipments and furnitures are removed. And we're trying to sell and then recycle whatever we can. And then we still have a few hundreds of kilos of live rocks in there. Those should be going out over the next few days. It's been pretty dim. Everyone is very unsettled, and we're expected to really clean out whatever fixtures that's put in. The detachables all have to go. And also, my dad being of that age, he also needs to find his own way to make peace with this eventual closure.
Then the aircon thing, later go back office, I tell Mary, then Mary will tell Andy. Our current farm sits on a 20,000 square meter piece of land. But moving forward to here at New Crescent, the land size is half the size, 10,000. So to overcome the land scarce problem, we have to build everything upwards. What we have at the current site was 4 single level bunds. So in here we have total 6 bunds, increased by 2 more bunds. You look down, right, it's all these pillars because we go up to 3-story. So all these columns are for safety feature. But it becomes like a factory like that. We are worried that people come, hey, I want to come to a farm, this is not a farm. Why is it multi-story? We fear that public may lose interest in the countryside. The farm was supposed to be completed in end January. We are only about 90% completed. But the main problem is that by 28 February, the agencies wants my current land back. So if by then, the farm is still not ready, where am I supposed to house my 1,000 more goats? It's a very big question mark for us.
Okay, so today we're just going to clear all the frogs. So just catch them and then we're just going to cut them for sale today. We used to have over 20,000 number of frogs here. So we're down to our last few tens of kilos of frogs. So this will be the last batch of frogs coming out from Jurong Frog Farm. This place has a lot of memories because I think from the environment you can already see that all these panels were actually made out of some of the 80 fiber tanks that my dad started in Old Jurong Road. So these are some of the fiber panels that he used to rear the frogs in previously. You can see traces of his work in everywhere on this farm. The whole of Lim Chu Kang, pretty much my backyard. Driving on the road looks so different already. The whole place is so isolated. All the farms are all deserted. So it's quite a shame and definitely feel very different.
Okay, so today we have our farm vet, Dr. Lin. Okay, we were going through one round of inspection. Okay, make sure they are all ready for the shift to the new farm.
So with any kind of shift or movement to a different environment comes stresses, because these guys are already very used to being in this location. So it's very important to make sure that they are in general good health, because if an animal is sick or uncomfortable or stressed, they won't be able to thrive and they won't be able to produce what they should produce, which is milk in this case.
We thought that we could shift over like last month or early December, but then there was a lot of delays with the approvals. Coming March, April will be our birthing season. We are expecting about 200 baby goats to be arriving at the farm. So as much as I'm very sad to leave this place, there's an urgent need for us to shift over the new site because of the population issue.
It's a massive job. Today we are clearing out. So all the things in the buildings, the main buildings, the place where the family been staying in the last 28 years will be removed. So quite major.
Right. 哦，30多人真的可惜，因为如果在这边没有搬的话，心就会比较平静的过活。现在搬了的话 ，no income already. Income from where? 没有地方来了。
Moving over here to the new farm, we have to give up the farm tours. So without the tours, we actually lost a channel to reach out to the masses. And so we have to use farmers market and other Facebook channels to increase this awareness and visibilities for our customers. We probably have another 15 years of lease. If the land has to be returned again and then we do not have land space in Singapore to continue to grow, we might have to give up farming locally and move overseas to continue the farm.
Today is the 20th of February. We are supposed to shift out of the farm today, but because the new farm is not ready yet, so we can't shift the goods over. Fortunately for us, at the agency has granted some extension, so we are just shifting out some of the miscellaneous items over the new farm first. When the time comes, we'll say goodbye to this current site. The whole family will step forward to the new era of modern farming in Singapore.
So this is the day that we're prepping for the last year. So finally it's here. Actually, the whole journey been very cruel. You know, you are throwing away the things that you have dedicated so much of your time and effort, to build, and things that you build, you are demolishing them yourself. You're tearing them also. So it's been tough.
Thank you very much. 到北会啊，满怀悲伤。Thank you very much. 对以后的生活也不懂怎么样。现在已经全部完了，真的是解释，不是假的哈。我还是做梦。也是 last day today。
I think it's the loss of a whole relationship with an entire region of Singapore that is dedicated to farming. Our relationship with the land is being eroded forever and ever and ever.